Hi friends, I just wanted to come on here and let you know that we had a very successful yarn swap this weekend. Of course, as I predicted, we got a lot more yarn in than people took, but that's okay. I'm very grateful for the new community that we're forming in Brevard and for all the people that I met on Saturday. So thank you so much for coming out. I look forward to seeing you guys again. And I look forward to doing way more of these events in the future. You guys are asking for it. We're going to bring it to you. Don't you worry. I did have a rule for myself and my friends that we would not go home with more yarn than we brought in. And thankfully, I stuck to that rule. So someone came in with all this beautiful purple yarn. So I brought home purple yarn and purple thread. You see here. Can't tell my favorite color then. Anywho, I decided that in light of the yarn swap and trying to kind of shop our stash and get rid of your unused stash, I'm gonna challenge myself this summer to do something called Stash Bust Summer. And I'm not only going to work with the yarn I have and the yarn that I acquired at this past yarn swap, but also the patterns that I've accumulated over the years. And not just patterns I've purchased, but free ones on Pinterest that have been sitting there on my Pinterest board for over 5 years. So I decided to start that this summer. I started it yesterday. You may have seen my reel about chaining 185, and that was for real because I'm starting a top, and as you can see, this beautiful diamond pattern. This is the, I have to pull it up, the Diamond Crochet Tank Top by Brianna K Designs, and I've had this on my Pinterest, I'm telling you, 5+ years, okay? And I love her designs because they are super easy to construct, very straightforward patterns, super clear. She has them on her website. A lot of them are free on her website. She also has paid patterns that you can purchase the PDF ad-free. You can see YouTube videos that she makes. I love Brianna K Designs, and I've been following her for years. Even before I had an Instagram, I've been following her on Pinterest for many, many years, and I have at least a handful of her patterns pinned on my Pinterest. So I decided to start with a really, really old pattern that I've always wanted to do and just never got to it. Why? I don't know. But I'm using the crochet thread, 2 strands held together, to make a kind of makeshift lace weight, and I'm doing this beautiful diamond pattern. And so this was the start of the chain that I was making, and it's going to be just a beautiful tank top that has buttons down the front. I can't wait to get it done. So I'll be working on this. I'll give you an update when I finish it. And that's my goal, is to just kind of give you updates when I start a project with my stash and let you know what I'm working on with what yarn, whose design, and then I'll give you an update when I finish it, let you know how I liked it, if I finished it, if I decided to work on something else while I was working that, because you know, you can't just have one work in progress. So anyway, I have a lot of ideas, a lot of patterns that I've been wanting to make, 2 of which are dresses. So those take a longer time. And I have a lot of this purple yarn. This is seems to be like a weight 3 cotton. So I'm gonna weigh it because not all of them, it was part of a whip that I frogged and just caked, so I don't know how many of these little mini skeins I have. So I'm going to weigh it, see how much yarn I have approximately, and decide whether or not I can make a dress out of it. There's a lot here. I might be able to make like a short little dress. I have a couple patterns in mind for it, but if not, I can for sure make a top, I can make a vest, I can do all kinds of things. So I've got a lot of that. I also have, this was from my last Joann's haul over here. I have more of this beautiful K&C yarn. I already made the summer treat vest by Peak Crochet. I made it out of this yarn, and I had 7 skeins of this. I only used 2, so I have a lot left. And then I have a couple of these True Boos. Actually, I have 3 of them, but one is in my my yarn bowl right now because I tried making something, it's not working, I gotta frog it. Anyway, I have 3 of those, and then I have 3 of these I also got from Joann's. Big Twist This was one of the first big twists that I purchased. I actually never really got into it, and if you saw my reel from a couple days ago, I think last week, you saw that I was actually trying to cake a big twist yarn, and it was a big twisty tangled mess inside of there. So we'll see, but this one's really soft and very pretty, and again, kind of my favorite colors right here, the pinks, the blues, the purples. Yes, anyway, Stash Bust Summer. Who's with me? I challenge you to.